What's up? What's up? What's the word? What's going on? How you guys doing? What's up, baby?
Oh, hold on. Oh, sorry.
That
Is that loud? Can you hear?
a
Can you hear that?
little bit.
Oh, my bad.
Not bad. It's not bad. What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Hopefully, everybody's doing well tonight, living the dream like
Oh,
the
hey,
rest of
everybody. I know I'm living the dream.
Manuel and
Happy,
Suelta.
healthy, out,
True.
free.
Yeah,
You know what I
that,
mean? Living that picket white fence life.
that we are. Manuel Unzueta said first. Ese. Javier said, okay, I guess I'm second.
Hey, guys.
Sir B23, Cubole, he said, what's up, everyone? Gita said, sup, and Clover28 said, Cubo. How you guys doing, brothers? Hopefully everybody's well. What's been happening? What you guys want to talk about? What's the EJG? What's up, brother?
Well, I
Easy
have
now.
a little bit of good news, but I'll wait till more people come in.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Uh I need a haircut again. Got a bicket.
No, I
Um,
like it like that.
I know I don't bicket. Um, what was I about to say? We got damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I had started talking and then I saw EJG come in and I had to say what's
Oh,
up. Wow. Um, so what you guys want to talk about? Does anybody got anything special that they'd like to bring up? Any kind of um
stop
Soralina
losing your
Flores,
train of thought. Like,
I'm
you know what
reading
I mean?
comments.
I know, but you're
No,
talking and then you stop, and then
okay.
it's like,
I do what the fuck I want.
oh my God.
Okay.
Well, all right then.
All right. Good evening, y'all. I want to live the white picket fence life. Hope all is well. And y'all's in Salinas Califas 831. There you go.
Don't we all want that for our kids, or is it just me?
Sometimes, though, the white picket fence life, I got to slap the shit out of her sometimes. Is that still
No,
part
you
of it?
don't. No, you don't.
I think they did. Remember on I Dream of Genie and all Bewitched? I think them dudes did that. So we're
No,
good.
they didn't. No, they didn't.
G Thought said, come on, Jovan. Just tell us now. And just tell us now. Javier said, what's up, cricket and tortilla lady?
Oh, hello. Not tortilla lady.
Gary Abatian said, what you in for? I'm not inside, brother. I am on the calles. I've been out for 8 years now. Um, I did do 20 years in prison from the age of 17 to 37 with uh I got out one time for 4.5 months and another time for 11 days. My original charge was armed robbery. I got a few other charges while I was in. Then I got a conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute more than 15 kilos of cocaine, which was a federal setup thing. And I got a second degree murder as well. Um, but I've been out for 8 years. I've been doing good. Been changed my life around. I walked away from all the bullshit, and once I was able to get stable enough where I felt I could do something, I could offer something. I started this where I like to talk about, um, how fucked up prison is, how that whole lifestyle isn't worth what we thought it was as kids, um, and I do it targeting kids. I would like these kids to hear these stories and know that there's nothing cool about it. There's nothing aspiring about the individuals that are in that life. And so, that's kind of what it is. That's what we do here. If anybody has any comments or like you guys want to talk about something, let me know. We can put the link on and you guys can come in here and discuss whatever you'd like to. If you have any ideas on how we can reach the youth, what would be the better ways to do so? Um, I don't believe the stuff that's been done the last 40, 50 years, just throwing money at it, using scared straight programs, stuff like that has made a difference. I think there has to be another way, and so I think that's what we need to find. Um, so that's basically, if anybody wants to come in and talk, let me know. I will put the link up. You guys can come in. If anybody just has a story to tell about their own, uh, life from I guess you could say rags to riches. You know what I mean? Like from bad to good, and you know, persevering through that lifestyle, becoming somebody better, changing your life for your whatever kids, family, yourself. Um, I will put the link up, and you guys can come up in here and definitely we'll have a conversation. If you guys just want to throw comments out there, questions, you can do so as well.
Hijo de su madre.
Hey, come on, Jovan, just tell us now. What's up, Cricket Tortilla? What you in? Oh, 209, said Francisco Garcia. George Vialta said, "What's up, Cricket? What's up, brother?" Gita says she's tamale lady.
Oh,
Imagine
I
that.
don't even know how to make tamales. I wish I did know how.
Me too. Fuck. At least you did too, baby. That would be nice. Jojo AZ, what's up, brother? He said, "You Eddie Monster, I'm in Grillo." What's up, boo? Torres is in the house. He said, "Cubo Pelon." Watson, 831 cents respects. Cubo. Right back to you, brother. Manuel Unzueta said, "Saludos to everyone." My hair was getting out of control, guys. I had to shave it. Like, as I'm getting older, I'm like, fuck this. I hate doing it, but then I look at myself in the mirror and I'm disgusted. But then I do this and I'm like, fuck, do I really want to walk around like this? If I'm out after midnight, are the cops gonna stop me for curfew? It's tough.
Oh my god. Just keep reading the comments.
Manuel Unzueta says, "Saludos to everyone." George said, "Here at my house watching documentary 911. Yeah, today is the day, right?
Today
Where
is
were you?
9/11.
Yeah, where were you guys when that happened? Does anybody remember anything? What's crazy is I didn't think it was that big of a deal at first. I didn't know. That happened to be the time when I was out for a couple months, and I remember I was sleeping. My jefita woke me up and was like, "Hey, there's airplanes attacking." Nobody knew exactly what was going on. They were saying that the U.S. had shot down some of the planes at the time. Like no one knew exactly. And I remember, like not even tripping. I'm just like, "Oh, okay, well." And then a few hours later, real stories started coming out. It was just like, damn, man, that's a trip. That was messed up, man. Almost 3,000 people. It was quite a hit. And you know what was crazy is right after that, babe. Do you remember the country?
Yeah, I was part of
I
all
know
of
you.
it.
Yeah, I know you were younger, but it was like
No, I wasn't
everybody.
younger. I had just turned 18. September 1st, I turned 18. I started working at the bank. And, 10 days later, this happens. And it was
Yeah,
a
I just
huge scare. And then we had that anthrax scare, because I worked in the mail opening room. I mean, we got bomb threats. I mean, we had all kinds of stuff going on for that month. And I'm like, oh my God, this is not happening. You know what I mean? Like this cannot be happening. Like I just got this job. I love this job. I was just 18 years old and we had to evacuate the building a bunch of times. But I remember after 9/11, from from what I remember, everything just kind of stopped for a while. Like when do we laugh again? When do we joke again? When do we stop being scared? Like it was a big thing, especially well in my family and friends around me and stuff like that. We took it seriously.
yeah,
Um, and like today, I remembered and I was watching videos and things like that. But sometimes it's hard to watch. Like it's sad. Like I literally cried already like 3 times today just by people the stuff that they post and videos that they're sharing because it is sad. It's a sad moment in our history.
yeah. I trip out on how close everybody got. Like the Republicans and Democrats stopped beefing for a little while. Like they started
Yeah.
actually started seeming like people together. You know what I mean? It didn't last long, but that's what I remember. Like motherfuckers started being, more about the country and Americans and all that instead of, you know, their party and winning the race. It's a trip. Saralena Flores said, I enjoy living the Mexican struggle life just as a reminder to keep going strong. After all the struggles I've been through, I can proudly say I'm on the right track. Yep, that's feeling.
Can I say something about that comment? Like,
Yeah,
just because you're Mexican doesn't mean you have to struggle. Like, I know a lot of Mexicans that never really had to struggle with their life, or they lived a pretty peachy life. I think the time that I struggled in my life was because of my own fault, not because of what I was handed down. It's
yeah,
because I met some guy that was in jail and, wasn't out long enough to help me. So the struggles of a like single parent, I did that to myself. And what I
yeah,
should have did instead of waste all those years at dead end jobs, I should have put myself in school, should have bettered myself, and there, boom, it's done. But just because we're a certain color doesn't mean we have to, like, oh, that struggle. Like, we got to get that out of our mind because sometimes that can become into like a victim mentality.
yeah,
But yeah, we all definitely want to. I mean, I'm not saying that we're not gonna have our struggles. I'm just saying that, you know what I mean? Just because we're brown doesn't mean, oh, you're brown, so you automatically struggle. I don't
yeah.
know.
No, I think you're. I think either way, no matter what struggle you have, it's feedment of when you persevere. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have necessarily that struggle, but I had my own. Went through a lot of shit as a kid, and then put myself through a lot as an adult by my own doing. Obviously, I'm not a victim. I did it to myself and put myself in the positions I was in. Um, but unfortunately, it's
Yeah, but when I was going through a little struggle when you weren't around, it's not because I'm Mexican. It's because I was an idiot. I was working dead end jobs. My guy wasn't around. You know what I mean? That's why. It's nothing to do with my color of skin.
yeah. My son.
What now?
Oh, you know
I know.
the struggle of wanting Cash App, little fucker. Hector Luis Santiago,
Oh,
what's good, famo? Amor, que hubo? Right back to you, brother. Gracias. Mario Sansprian, que hubo? He said, que hubo? Chronicles, what's up, bro? How you doing? Javier said, hey, Cricket, have you heard of that documentary called American Homeboy coming out soon? I don't think so. Is it what, based on uh like a barrio or something? I'm assuming. I
I
like
don't
to,
know. I haven't heard of it.
yeah, I hadn't heard anything about that. A ver, see what they do. Heart Life, what's up, brother? Heart Life Phoenix is in the house. He said, buenas nachos, peeps.
Ooh,
Let's see.
not those.
Farmero said, Farmero Fruit Stand B23. What's up, bro? 500. Orale, who's this cholo coco loco? Lolo? I send mine in full B23 familia into the bitter elderly lady Jovan. I send mine in full also because it's important that we respect our elders.
Oh, whatever. Whatever. You
Ah,
just keep selling your little fruit out of your little fruit stand, okay?
Sergio said, Muffin. Jita said, Cricket, you're a good man. They said, but tonight you remind me of Dr. Evil in that shirt.
Ah,
This is my this is my work shirt, bro. You guys always see me in this one. I got this blue
I
and black.
know, but he wears a shirt just like that.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, and like the pants and everything.
Oh, Dr. Evil. Yeah. I actually get these shirts. I wear them for work. This is like my work uniform, but I got them at K Momo. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Sergio B23 said, "How's the arm therapy going?" Good. I have a doctor's appointment every Thursday. I go. I'll be going again this Thursday. It's actually a trip. It has gained. The last time I went, they measured it, and it has gained about an inch and 3/8 of skin all the way around. It's growing on its own, so we're hoping. I think
How
they're
was
pretty.
you really? Were you
Huh?
frozen?
Was I?
Oh my God, you were. You were making a funny face.
Oh, I missed it.
Or I think it's me. Hold on. I gotta check my Wi-Fi. Hold on. Oh.
I don't know. I don't know what if they heard me then. But anyway, what I was saying is Thursday I have a doctor's appointment. The last time I went, they measured the skin growth, and it has grown about I think it's an inch and 3/8 all the way around. So we're hoping that the skin graft won't have to be such a big area. Um, but there's no pain. That's what's crazy. It's nothing there. It's just waiting for the skin to grow. George Villalta said, "Tell Jovan hi for me." Órale.
Oh, hello. Hello.
George said, Jojo AZ said, "Wear a hairnet again." Hell no. I never wore a hairnet. Hairnet couldn't do nothing to my hair, bro. My shit was too thick, brother. So I used to have to wear medias or socks or the shirt. You know what I mean? Like in the county, in the jails, they just put a shirt on and tighten it. But I mean, look it, bro. That's why it looks like a freaking pompadour. My hair was too high. It was real thick, bro. And so I hated it. Like, I liked it. All my childhood, I trained it back. But then once I got to the pinta, uh, I started kind of shaving it just because it was easier. You know what I mean? I didn't want to deal with it in there. You know what I mean? Having to sit there and fucking stretch out socks and do all that stuff. Cheetah said, "Cricket, you know what sucks is when them gray hairs start to get out of control. You know?" Oh, I don't know, bro.
You do know. Stop it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
I need to get just for men or what?
Oh, please stop. Please don't do that.
Jojo said, "I was in art class. I seen the news show the crash before it happened. Kind of weird, but my teacher said, make sure you remember this. So I did." Yeah. I had I had just got out the pinta the first time. Um, and I remember I was in bed. And it was a trip. It was in the morning when it happened.
Yeah, I
Um,
had just got off work
oh, is
because
that right?
I worked at night. I worked from 11 to 7,
That's
and
right.
I had got home and I was sleeping, and the phone would just not stop ringing. It was going off the hook, and it was my mom, and she's like, "Oh my God, did you see what happened on the news?" I'm like, "No, I'm asleep. Like, I worked last night." She's like, "Turn on the TV, and I don't even think you're gonna probably have work tonight. Like, don't go anywhere, don't do anything." I'm like, "Okay, okay." Like, they didn't want us going anywhere, leaving the house. They didn't want us doing anything. They just wanted us, together.
Yeah.
Never know what's gonna happen next.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a mess. I remember. EJG.
But
Shit. I remember April of '95 after the Oklahoma City
is
bombing,
it
too.
me lagging out?
Huh?
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, okay. There. It's good. No, it's good. My
Yeah.
Wi-Fi was out. It was my Wi-Fi that was acting crazy.
Oh, I was saying, I remember also '95, April '95, when the Oklahoma City bombing thing happened. That was a
In like
mess.
in 95?
Yeah.
I don't
April,
remember
April,
that.
April 19th or 14th, I think, something like that. It was the Timothy McVeigh.
I was
EJG
I
said,
was
"I was in
too I was too young for that.
Yankton on my last 2 years. My celly just got out and he was from New York. I was worried as fuck." Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, living, if you were from out there, that I'm sure that would fuck people up because you don't know if you're those buildings were like daily use for people. I mean, it was they were huge and they had so many things in it. You know what I mean? Like people had to go for different holidays into that shit, man. It was a trip. And then all the firemen, it was crazy. Crossgra, Crossgra, what's up, brother? He said, "Cubole gente." What's up?
Hello.
George Viata said they never shot nothing down. No, I know. I just remember, but everybody thought that at the time. That's what people were saying about it. That they had shot him down. The one in the Pennsylvania field. Javier said I was on my way to work on the 91 freeway through Compton heading to Gardena, and they announced it on the radio. Yeah, it was a mess. Chita said you worked at a bank, Jovan?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. See, I was 18, I was young, I had a good job, I was living my life, just happy, fun. Then I had to meet some guy in jail and,
She didn't work at that bank when I met her, so don't let her fool you.
you know,
Look.
all that stuff.
Hey P, what's up, brother? He said, greetings, mi gente. Hope everyone is well. AP in the house. Chita said
Oh,
91
hello,
cent,
AP. Hello,
your nemesis.
Mr. Funny Guy.
Krasger said, I went in 2 days later on the anniversary of Tupac's death. They killed the Indian at his store in my hood in East Mesa because the guy thought he was Muslim. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that. He was I don't think he was Indian, bro. Wasn't he ping? What is that shit called? Pinboo or some shit like that? I know. I remember what you're talking. Maybe he was Indian. I can't remember. But I know what you're talking about. That was a mess.
Um, Real quick, now that, there's people in here, you want me to tell everybody what's going on?
Let's wait. Let's wait a little bit more.
Alrighty then.
Or if you want, go now. There's
No,
24 people.
we can wait.
Okay. We got 22 from YouTube, 3 from Facebook. That's why I was saying get some more gente.
We can wait.
I'll let you know as soon as they're lunch. Geronimo said, please hit the like button, Chronicles. What's up, Geronimo? I'm gonna get you that the números tonight. Te los mando. George Vialta said, I was at my uncle's house when it happened. I woke up from sleeping in my uncle or my at work. I had the news channel Fox News on and I saw what happened with the first tower and I saw the other. Yeah. I remember my jefita woke me up. She was like, hey, they just attacked. Your brother says they shot one down. And I remember she was saying that. And I was like, all right, whatever. I was still asleep. And then when I woke up, they were still talking about it. I think I had to go see my parole officer that day. And they had closed the parole office. And I'm like, damn, what the hell? This shit's serious. And then because we're still waiting for news, you know what I'm saying? You didn't know exactly what was going on yet out here. It was crazy.
Well, I
Ruben Cruz.
remember like my family and my friends, they didn't know how to act. And my family, like I said, wanted all of us to stay together, but it's like we had to go to work. I had to explain to my mom, like, I can't call in. Like, we have to show up, even if we're just sitting there together, or even if we're like outside the building, if they evacuate, whatever reason, mom, like, I have to go to work. And she didn't
Yeah.
want me to go to work. Um, we had little arguments between my family, and um, I think I had a boyfriend at the time, caused problems then because they didn't want me to go. But I wanted to go. I'm like, I cannot like stop going. Like, I just got hired. I'm gonna get fired. Like, I have no time saved up, none of that. So it's like I had to go. But everybody was really upset about it, especially it being a bank and all the scares that were coming in the mail. So I worked in the mail opening room. So that's where all that craziness was, coming in, that they're sending stuff in through the mail. This is a
Yeah.
bad time.
Around that time was that vato too that was sending that jale over the mail. Remember what was it? whatever the fuck it was.
And
Or
somebody had did a joke on us, like somebody had like opened up an envelope in the mail opening room, and it was like white, so it was powder though.
mm,
So they had to like investigate, and we were out of work for like 2 days. They had to shut everything down, and it was a mess. But it was scary at the same time because it's like you never know what you're gonna open.
yeah. See, George Vialta said my mom's boyfriend said he was about to get on the plane before they told them not to, and they have to go back to the house or something.
Yeah,
That said the most disturbing thing on 9/11 was watching the poor man leap to his death head first to avoid burning to death. I can only imagine what was going through his mind as ground got closer and closer. A lot of people, bro. It wasn't just one man. A lot of them did that. It was a trip. Like they, when you watch,
it's just everybody's story, huh?
yeah, when you watch those documentaries, the firemen are talking about that they thought it was they're like we thought debris was like falling, and then next you know we looked and we saw that it was people just jumping, and they had to be careful because they were they didn't want to get have them fall on them. They were just like, imagine how hopeless you have to be to just, I mean, you're jumping, that's it. You ain't living through that shit.
But
That's,
just like those phone calls, like people's last minute phone calls, people
yeah,
that you know people that
call.
escaped it, like, oh, I'm gonna go this way, and then the other person says, no, I'm gonna go that way, and then that person dies, and you make it. It's just like those little things, where um, I've watched a lot of the stories on different people. Somebody that missed his flight that day. He was supposed to be on his flight on that flight, and he actually missed it. Just how crazy that day was, like for all them people.
Yeah, yeah. And then, like you said, the ones that when you hear those recordings of the people calling saying, babe, I don't think I'm going to make it, all that shit, it's like,
I
God,
know, it's so sad.
imagine. George said the same here, shared little tears.
Well,
Sergio
I
said,
shed a lot of tears today. I did. Well, kind of since yesterday when I started talking about it at work yesterday. I was getting like all teary-eyed and people were like, "Oh, let's stop talking about it." I was like, "It's sad." Like I don't know how people cannot think it's a sad moment. I don't know.
Sergio said, you're white as hell, white fence, LOL. What you talking about?
I'm not white as heck, okay? I'm not my parents, weren't always, the stereotype. And like I said, when we do something right, it's considered like, oh, it's because you want to be white. No, it's just because I don't want to be a choco loco and stuff. You know what I mean? That doesn't just because I'm Mexican doesn't mean that I have to be that. So it's tough. I know Sergio's joking, but yeah.
So I almost said a 9/11 was at Apache unit. Thought it was a movie. Did they lock down the joint? I never, I don't know if I ever asked anybody that.
I'm surprised you were out.
I was about to say I happened to be out for that shit.
My gosh.
There's one
You're always
experience I
logged
did
in
that,
for everything.
right? Big Chango, what's up? He said, all right, mi gente, my respects to you, big homie, and my home girl. Damn, fool. We should have brought
So,
you in tonight.
oh, hello. How are you?
We should have brought you in tonight, Chango. Let's do you tomorrow, yeah? If you got time, mañana or the next day, whatever's better for you. Let's run another one. Manuel Unzueta said, you know what's crazy? I burned my arm all the way to almost the bone, and there's no pain. It's been 6 months. It still hasn't fully healed. I go every 3 weeks to wound care. Yeah, mine was burnt pretty bad. The problem with mine is when it originally happened, I just popped it and put a bandage and kept going. Like I didn't even tell nobody. I didn't do nothing. I didn't go to the doctor. I didn't do none of that, honey. And I just thought like, it would heal, bro. And so I'm putting pomada on it. I'm cleaning it. After a while, it started getting like on the edges, it started getting pus and shit. And I would just push the shit out and clean it, and I didn't think nothing of it. And one day, most of you guys know the story. You were here, but I couldn't walk, and I thought I was my sciatic nerve, and I was stuck in bed for 2 days, and I still couldn't. I couldn't get up. And finally, my son went and snitched on me to my ruca, and was like, my dad looks bad. He just looks like he's gonna die in bed. So she was like, if you don't go to the doctor, I'm gonna fly out there. So then I went to the hospital like the next day, and that's when they told me that I had it had got infected and went to my back, and I had sepsis in my blood. Like I had an infection, and it had caused I don't know, like a pocket of pus and infection in my back, in my lower back, right next to my spine, and that's why I couldn't walk and the pain. And so they had to drain that shit out, start giving me antibiotics, do all that jale. They put some machine on my arm that like would suck crap out of it and put medicine on it. It was like a sponge thing with like a vacuum. And so ever since then, it's been cool. And I've been going to the doctor, and they at first they were still doing the debriding, they call it, where they like scrape out the dead tissue and stuff. And that took a while because it kept dying. It would grow back, but then die. And it was getting real bad. And then it just turned around. They started giving me some other, like this silver something stuff to put on it and cover it up. And they tell me let it breathe at night and all that shit. And so now it's like, it's still like, you can see it's pink, right? You see the inside of my brazo, but it's clean, and it's not no more dead tissue, none of that anymore. It's all good now, and the skin is growing back. So they wanted to do the um, where they cut the skin off your ass or your thigh and put it on there, and but now that it's growing, they want to wait and see. So that's what we've been doing. But yeah, it was painful at first, I know that, but yeah, there's nothing to it now. That's crazy. Manuel is saying I got the same shit.
And you
I
guys
know,
are both manuals?
right? It removed my tattoo. I know that. A whole piece of my tattoo right there. I'm about to get it redone.
Oh, that's where you could put my face or my name.
Yeah, baby.
Wow. What a
And
guy.
he says, saludos, Chronicles family. Heart Life Phoenix said, good evening, Sergio. I tried doing a live at the Metallica concert, but the pit and data was cutting out bad. I saw one or two of y'all on that. Thanks. Yep, George Vialta said, what happened to your arm, Cricket? Oh, so the way I burnt it was on the, so you guys know, I work big buildings and stuff uh, in the engineering department. So it was the boiler, the exhaust for the boiler, which is, it's not like your regular home boiler. And I leaned up against it when I was I was draining it out to clean out the boiler. And I leaned up against it. When I stood up, I kind of stepped to the side, and my arm just touched and it was like stainless steel exhaust. And it was like, burning hot. So kind of, my skin kind of stuck to it a little bit. I noticed that I have sleeves on both arms that burn my tat smooth off. Oh, both arms, huh? How did you do it? He said, I lost a little movement. Yeah. Big Tango said, looking like John Travolta in Greece. That's old school, homeboy. 23-year-old John
You just
Travolta.
need a white suit.
All right. AP said, Giovanna, I will allow you to have a good night. I give you permission.
Allow?
That's what he said. He gave you
That's what you
permission.
said?
Yeah, you're good.
Well, I hope so, because, I was really upset today because it is 9/11. So thanks for giving me a day off, okay, AP? I appreciate that.
George Vialta said, yeah, I remember that as well. MS said, how's everybody? Everyone, hope all is well and strong. What's up, MS? How you doing, brother?
Oh, we're doing good. Just hanging
Uh,
out.
Cheetah said, Cricket said, Pinboo, nah, Cricket, they called Zeets. I may have spelled it incorrectly, but there you go. Oh, yeah. I know it was something, but I think he's right. But they were Indian. Is that Pinboo? I mean, is that Zeke? Sikh. That's what it was. Sikh, right? The Sikhs, the ones that wear the thing on their head. I think Indians do too, but these ones were like the real like Aladdin looking ones. Geronimo said, okay, hermano cricket. Mario San Ciprian said, on 9/11, I took a jog to the Chino store in T-Town to cash my check and seen it happen on the TV there. And I ran home from the Chino store to Garfield Street. And the neighbor was going crazy saying the world was going to end. I was like, it'd be all right. It was a quiet and crazy day.
That's what it felt
That,
like. It felt like
that
the
Chino,
world was ending.
yeah, that Chino store's been there for fucking 40 years. Geronimo said, hola, Jovan.
Oh, hey, Drama.
Klasgras said he was from India, and yeah, they are national religion. I knew him personally, worked on his van at Pep Boys while he was building the Chevron. So this was my first bit in prison 2 days after the 9/11. That's crazy. I wonder how that worked. Like I said, I was out at the time, so I didn't get to see how they acted inside. But I bet you, like the county probably locked people down, and Alhambra was acting crazy. They might not even have moved anybody. Hmm.
I'm surprised
Francisco,
they never ran into you in the streets.
me,
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I was in Phoenix at the time. I mean, not that I probably would have talked to you. I'm just saying.
You would have tried, but I would have
What?
like little girl talk to the hand.
You're so stupid. Nobody says that anymore.
Talk to the hand. I start training.
Shut up.
Francisco, what's up, brother? He said, "Cule Big 2-3 and Hater J. Cule Chronicles Familia.
Oh, hey, Francisco.
Big motherfuckers in the house too." He said, "Cule Real White Fence Chronicles fam. Hope everyone's doing good."
Yeah, we're
Francisco
doing
said
good tonight.
he was an ocho when it happened. Yeah, it probably didn't see much difference in ocho.
And where?
Cheetah said it, CB8, SMU1 in
Oh,
Florence, Ocho. Cheetah said another Indian Zeke was shot on Grand Ave and 29th Ave, Circle K, because again they stupid and thought Zeke's was Muslim, and if anything, Zeke's and Muslims are enemies. Yeah, it was. I remember people were tripping, thinking that all of them were just Muslims. Big
yeah.
motherfucker said anthrax. Yeah, anthrax in the mail. That's what it was. Remember? Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep. I said anthrax in the mail. Cheetah said, I think Hindus are the big religion in India. Sikhs are second, but both are rival to Islam. Totally separate religion. Yeah, and it's crazy because isn't it Afghanistan and India are like right next to each other? Grasgra said, who here agrees it was an inside job, false flag for war? Building 7 across the street was untouched, yet fell. This is not possible. Organized demolition. This building contained conspiracy proof. Um, I've seen a lot of that. I read a book called it was called Inside Job by Jim Mars. And I actually read the 9/11 Commission report. I got locked back up and I needed something to do. And that motherfucker was big, but I read that what was weird was in the 9/11 Commission report they don't mention a lot of that stuff. It was just if it was or it wasn't, they sure made it seem like it. You know what I mean? That's what was Gacho like. They didn't try to when people were making the accusations, they didn't come out and say, no, 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 you're wrong. It's like this. You know what I'm saying? It was weird, but I did watch that. I mean, I read a book called Inside Job by Jim Mars, and he broke it down like a lot of that, like what that building plus just the stuff about the how the shit melted and fell apart and all that stuff with, and they say it wouldn't happen with steel. I don't know, man. It's crazy. I'm not I think that what would be more realistic would be that they knew that they were going to do it and allowed it to happen than if they did it themselves. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it. I mean, anything's possible, but I would think that maybe them knowing it was going to happen and allowed it is different than putting up dynamite and shit and doing it yourself. I don't know. Jita said, "Yeah, many jumped. I was just using one as an example." Yeah, no, that would be. Just imagine you just lost all hope right there, bro. When you jump, like you know that's it. About that. MS said, "On a different story, have you heard anything new about the Casper hit?" So I ended up looking into it, obviously, because you guys told me that, and I saw what you guys saw. Obviously, I don't know anything more than you guys do, but obviously it was a pegada. Obviously, dude did it for that jale. You know what I'm saying? It says it right there that he was running around with the dude, and then whacked him, and then his ruka is telling on him. So I mean, they know what happened. So what gets me, and here's the situation. I think that Jovan has talked about on we all have, but if you're done with that life, you got to be done with that life, especially if you were part of that. You know what I'm saying? The consequences are your life, and so it's I don't understand why he was still running the streets with people. You know what I'm saying? Like he got comfortable and thought that everybody was just, I don't know, cool with it. I don't know what he thought. But you just can't put your guard down like that. You have to go. That's when you do that, you have to decide that you're done with that life and you're gonna live a different normal life away from all that. That way, if something happens, it's by chance, not because you allowed it to. You run around with fools that get high, that carry cuetes, that do all that, you're bound to run into the wrong motherfucker. You know, just when you're done with that life, you got to be done.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Little Casper Chad Munoz got whacked. He walked. Well, he got kicked to the curb. Back in like 2001, stuff came out from his juvenile, so they ended up putting him on the lista. So he was no longer a carnal. He was done with it. But I guess he ran around with some vato on the calles. They were together in the Ramfla, and the dude was in the front seat. He switched and let his old lady drive, and then he bucked Chad in the chest with a cuete and whacked him right there. And it was for the clica. Well, you know, so I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah,
But like
if you're going to
said,
be done, you got to be done. You have to be done with doing criminal activities. You got to be done with everything. And that's not just with gangs. That's, people who used to be addicts before. If you had a drug problem before, you have to be done and never look back, or things are going to happen.
Yeah. And the problem, the issue is, I mean, it's not the only issue, but I mean, if you were a part of that or hung out with it, if there's any issues with that, you don't have the luxury to go back and try to do any of that stuff, because you can get locked up and get whacked. You can get whacked on the guy. I mean, there's so many ways that it can catch up and bite you in the ass, and I just think it was bad decision on his part. Obviously, you know, shouldn't have happened, but still. Skyscraper said that All the counting was on security override in Maricopa, even days after. Yeah, I can imagine. Francisco said, I
Well,
got stuck in the
let,
red pen all day.
let
Huh?
me just say what I have to say really quick, okay? So there is an elementary school in Phoenix. I'm not going to say the name of the school yet. And I talked to the school district who is going to talk to the principal. The principal is going to call me tomorrow, and we are going to get together because we're going to make a donation to that school. And I don't know if they need something for their band, for their music department or their art department, or if, just the teachers in general need certain supplies. Someone's going to call me back tomorrow. We're going to figure out everything that we need to figure out. I have to take the paper of the nonprofit showing that we are a nonprofit, and they have to count these things in so that they're accounted for, and things like that. They have to file and all that stuff. So um, it is an elementary school, and I'm super excited. And once I know, well, I do know, but once it happens, I'm gonna let you guys know what school it was, and take some pictures of the stuff and the school and the teacher, not and the teacher's probably the principal, probably not the kids, but we're gonna do for them again and go from there. For the youth, this is a school that is kind of in a bad area. It's not that great of an area. They're always taking donations. They're always looking for help. So that's where we go from there. And then once I know exactly what department they need help in, I'll let you guys know. So if you guys want to donate for that department, if you guys want to send money or buy the items, and then I can get them from you, or however, you know. But they're super excited. They're overjoyed. They're overwhelmed. They're like, I can't believe this. They're just so happy. So I'm gonna get all that set up. But just wanted to let you guys know what's gonna happen here at the end of the month. So this is gonna be for the end of September.
Francisco said, is it where you learn to speak English?
No, sir, it is not. Thank you very much. Uh,
Um,
I don't know why he doesn't. Probably because he ate all the pizza, Sergio.
'Cause we haven't voted on it, bro. We serious about that shit.
No, I think we were when, like, I don't think it's a big deal anymore. Just give it.
Yeah. We're talking to people that probably don't know what we're talking about. Homie just asked, how come Chango doesn't have a wrench? I didn't even realize he doesn't. I can't see who has a wrench or doesn't on this streaming thing that we use here. I usually have to go into YouTube to give people wrenches and see who has it and all of that. But after the last time when you guys all got on my ass and disrespected me and shit, I don't like giving wrenches anymore.
You're stupid.
George Vialta said, yeah, I seen that when these people were jumping out the window and they were showing on the news after the second plane. I said, we're getting attacked. Yeah, I know. Yeah, once the second one hit, everyone knew. Krasgra said, yes, sir, Jitas. I couldn't remember, but they do a big ceremony in the parking lot where they have a memorial for him. 80th Street, University, Mesa. Believe he was Sikh. Not sure, though. George Vialta said, in the heroes were those people on Flight 93 who try to fight those hijackers. You mean those was the heroes because that plane, Flight 93, was supposed to hit the White House. Yeah, I don't think they don't know if it was going to the White House or Congress, like wherever congressional house, whatever the fuck that is. But I think the other heroes, bro. Think about it, is the fucking the firemen. They ran into that building, bro. They didn't have to do that. Like that fucking building is, I don't know how many stories and shit, but think about that. They're running up these stairs of a building that's on fire, on the verge of collapsing, and they're just going. And when that shit collapsed, that's it. They were dead. Like That's some heroic shit, bro. I mean, when you give your own life, like you don't even think about yourself to try to help others and save others. I mean, I think that's the epitome of being a hero. You know what I mean? But yeah, obviously, Flight 93 también. You know what I mean? In a way, but I would actually say more so the firemen because they didn't have a dog. You know what I mean? They just did it. They went for what they put themselves in danger for others. It was a trip.
Okay, so well, then I'm a hero because I saved
Yeah,
your life, and I could have died. Yeah,
I'm I'm a legend.
shut your face.
Gras said, laugh my ass off. Snitched on me to my ruca. Why do we revert to pinta ways? I swear I have to constantly explain this because I'm joking and no one gets it but fellow pintos.
He says that all the time, like, and my son's like, it's not that serious. Like, it's just okay. He looks at you crazy sometimes because I don't know,
Yeah.
just the stuff you say.
Jita said, yes, I don't know how you spell it, but yes, seek. Thank you for correcting me, sir. Kazga said, not even sure I'm correct, lol. He said, okay, I'll Google it, lol. Seeks, you got it correct, said Cheetahs. Manuel Unzueta said, I was in juvenile camp. We were in school. They made everybody go back to the dorm. Really? Oh, just one arm you got burnt? Yeah, mine too. Big Chango said, yes, no problem. Let me know what time and send me the link. Orale, we're set up. Chango will be on.
Okay, I'll let you know, Chongo. Okay, well, I'll let you know.
Let me know, Chango, if you think we should bring Maruka with us this time.
Oh, oh wow, that's how we're
Glasgow said,
doing.
homie, that's gacho your arm. I used to work with some dangerous acids burned to the bone. You have to apply calcium packs to stop it. Hydrofluoric acid and hydrochloric acid and cyanide. God damn. Horrible stuff that makes the gas chamber gas if combined by accident. Yeah. Yeah, mine it wasn't like that. It wasn't no chemicals. It would just put it against that fucking hot ass metal. Francisco said, hey, Cricket, do you remember what white boy in Ocho who was in Ocho that ran with La Vieja? Yeah, Honeycut. You talking about Honeycut? Fucking weirdo. I apologize. George Vialta said, oh, sorry that happened to you, brother. Oh, it's cool. Done past. Francisco said, yeah, Jovan, speak to the hand. It's a big 2-3 thing.
Okay,
Hear that?
that came out when I was little. I know that. Never mind. Never mind. Not tonight.
Cheetah said Aladdin was Muslim, not Sikh. Okay, appreciate you. Alencha said, good evening to you, brother. Our Life Phoenix said, I got an Anthrax CD in the mail. Does that count? It was called Caught in a Mosh. PTR Life. Krasla
Oh,
said, trust me, yes, to control the masses, they must instill fear to control the masses. That think of propaganda that went around the pintas, a smaller reflection of our society are the pintas, my take. No, yeah. I mean, I definitely see the correlation with the pintas. You know what I mean? It Pinta's its own small society, and you can see a lot of that. But yeah, I mean, the thing is you got to figure out how could they get away with stuff. So you got to. That's why I think I'm not sure if that or they allowed it. You know what I'm saying? One or the other. Either way is bad. ZG said salutes, fence, Uncle Fester. What are they? Chita said, you guys ain't used to seeing me with my shaved hair, I guess. I always had it like this. Guess I ain't done it often enough.
I
Chita,
think it's because you're getting older. Like your face, skin.
your ass.
Well, oh,
Chita said, Pakistan and India are next to each other. Oh, Pakistan. That's what it is. I knew it was one of the stands, bro. Afghanistan, Pakistan, Said it's hardcore
Pakistan.
Muslim. India, Hindu. they oh Hindu? No, Hindu. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They've been going to war for thousands of years, much longer than America's birth. Yeah. George Villalta said, okay, Cricket, tell you and your lady good night. I'll see you guys next time and God bless. Good night, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Oh, good night. Have a safe one.
MS, MS said, you're 100% right about him staying in the life. Absolutely stupid and clearly dangerous. Yeah. It's sad, bro. It sucks, man, but I mean, once you walk away from something like that, the consequences are, I mean, it ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? You're not just deciding to change from being a criminal. You know what I mean? Anybody can do that and come in and out of the life if they want to, whatever. But when you're involved in those type of hales where the consequences are what they are, y- once you're out, whether you walked away or you got kicked out, you need to make up your mind to ya estufas or get very far away. Chita said, Cricks, I think that just like 9/11 was an inside job, so was Hawaii burning. Even the Pearl Harbor bombing in the 40s was proven. Yeah, I read that. I read that thing about the Pearl Harbor one, uh, where they said that they actually knew that they were on their way. Um, there's a good book, same guy, Jim Mars. It's called Rule by Secrecy, and he gets into all of those things, a bunch of different ones. He talks about the Vietnam War with the Gulf of Tonkin. He talks about that Pearl Harbor, 9/11 is in there. He talks about everything, right? He goes through, and then he's the one that actually introduced me to the whole Anunnaki theory and the Sumerian text and all that stuff. That was a great book. I mean, if you like that type of stuff, if you, I mean, intrigued about different conspiracy theories, whether you believe them or not, it's a trip to read that stuff and be like, that maybe, they make a good, they put out a good case for it. You know what I mean? That was one of the better books that I had read. Francisco said, "Is it where you learn to speak English?" That's for you,
Hilarious.
Keith. That the U.S. government purposely allowed the tech to join World War II. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. And I think they said they knew they lost them on radar and knew the direction they were heading, and it was allowed. Same thing with the Gulf of Tonkin incident. That was to get them into the Vietnam War. Francisco VP said Pentagon. That's what it was. Was it Pentagon? I thought Pentagon did get hit. So I thought the Pentagon got hit and the two towers, and then the fourth plane. They said they don't know if it was going to the White House or to, I don't know what's it called, the Senate or wherever the fuck them dudes are. I can't remember for whatever reason. I can't. Uh, Wherever what I mean, where Congress is. Krasgrad said there's a fiction book by Tom Clancy called Executive Orders, and they attack Capitol Hill, I believe, and kill all the top echelon because there's a ceremony we're all are there, and that's years before they use planes. Yeah, I've read that book. Tom Clancy's a good writer. Chita said, yeah, Criggs, the firemen was some true heroes. I feel bad for them. They could have just ran away. Instead, they marched in. True heroes. Yeah, those are legends, bro. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, if you want to have the argument, those are legends, man. They gave up their life. They left their wife and kids and everything behind to try to help other human beings. You know what I'm saying? That's some legendary shit, man. Not these fucking riffraffs that are destroying our community and killing people. Like, that's not something to look up to. But MS said, I just heard dude thought it was someone different and got the wrong person. Is that right? His Ruka saying that it was for that Hale, unless he thought it was a different Carnal, because he was hanging out with him for a minute, or no? Chita said, Crick's the other. I heard Dubs calling them legends again. Yeah, I know, bro. I'm not, I'm not trying to beef with nobody. And every time when I speak on that, everybody assumes that, not assumes, they want it to be about somebody else that they can make a big deal about. So I try to refrain. Everyone knows how I feel about that. So, you I'm not gonna. I don't want to speak on specific people that say something, but in general, like I said, I think it's a ridiculous way. I think it's stupid to call an individual like that a legend. I think it's just wrong. It sends the wrong message to the kids. It makes them think that they can aspire to be something bigger than what they are. It makes you want to be that. Who wouldn't want to be a legend? You know what I'm saying? If you got adults, grown people that you look up to because you're, a broken little kid, you're an at-risk youth that is on the wrong path, and you're just looking for somebody to, guide you, and the people you're looking to are calling these fucking idiots legends, then what are you going to do with your life? Who are you going to want to be? And I think it's wrong. I've heard the excuse, oh, there's two different worlds, the pintan. There's not two different worlds in the kid's eyes, and that's the point. Yes,
We,
as an adult, we can utilize it.
but I wouldn't go tell my kid like, "Hey, see this guy right here? He's a legend."
No, of course
Like
not. And I don't think,
I wouldn't show my kid any of these prison channels and say, "Hey, watch this documentary on this guy. He was a legend."
no.
That's child
And I don't
abuse.
think any of these, I don't think that any of these dudes that say that would do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think any of these
Yeah,
dudes that talk big and bad about these fools would tell their own kids that shit about it. So why are they doing
exactly.
it to other kids? It's just wrong. You Kids don't think like adults. That's the part where I don't agree with the argument. The last time I brought this up, the 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 excuse was, well, there's two different worlds. There's the world out here, and then there's the prison world. Let them have the prison world. Unfortunately, you can't do that. You can't separate the two. Kids don't see it that way. We can, as grown ass men that have been through it, seen things, and decided, hey, fuck it, we're done with that. But kids, they don't, they can't, they're not gonna sit here and hear you call some fucking dude a legend and say, oh, but he's talking about in the prison world, and I don't want to be in prison, so I'm not gonna go that route. I mean, does anybody believe a kid is gonna think that way? Some may, but the majority of the ones that are like on that path, we're talking about kids that are easily led astray because they're looking for that route to go down. It's not, it's just wrong. I think it's wrong.
I think maybe a lot of it is just a lot of grown men that are in their 40s, 50s still have that child mentality, and in their mind, they really do see them as legends. They really do.
They're good.
They're
What's even
not grown
worse
out
is,
of. They're not grown out of that world.
yeah,
You
what's even
know,
worse is if you've been done wrong by that particular group or those
and
groups,
you still call them.
yeah, like I don't. That's what I'm like. Really, like you you actually experienced what a lot of us are talking about, and yet you see them
Blows
that
my
way. So,
mind.
Grasper said, elaborate why he was weird, please. Who was weird?
I don't know.
Who
You
was
said some
weird?
guy was weird.
I did.
Yeah, you're talking about some guy.
Oh shit! I don't know. Tell me who I was talking about.
I don't
I'm
know.
not talking to you.
Oh,
Cheetah said other night. MS said Pakistan is where they smoked UBL in 2011. Who's UBL? Oh, Osama bin Laden. Yeah, 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 yeah. Cheetah said,
oh,
Cricket, what are you doing?
Honeycut. He said Honeycut. Why was he weird?
Oh, Honeycut. Um, so I saw him cut him. He cut his own like wrists and stuff and started spraying sangre all over the walls. He was just kind of like he wasn't all there, bro. It was JCat type shit that he would do. Um, that was what he he was just real weird like that. Like, yeah, he got involved in that Halle. That's not why I'm saying he was weird. The dude had problems. Like, I remember that he was coming out for his hour. We are on the 6th floor in close custody, and he was across the pod from us. You know, they wouldn't mix us, but he's across the pod. And as soon as they opened his door, he came out with his wrists already slit and just was like spraying sangre all over the pod. The cops didn't want to run in there because the blood was going. It was just, we're like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Like, it was crazy. Triste from the Vieja was there too. He had the black hand on his neck. And we would come out and Triste would be throwing gang signs at us, like throwing Mexican Mafia at us. And we're like, the fuck is wrong with, like, it was, them dudes were characters. But those were the younger ones. Oh, not Honeika. Honeika was older, but I don't know what was wrong with him. Cricket, what do you think will happen if Trump wins? Said G Thoughts. I don't know. As far as, I don't think much, bro. The problem is, I don't think that any president can do much. They always get in there. They have big plans, and I don't think it's their fault. I just think that they get bogged down by the politics. You know what I mean? They'll get in there, and if they don't win the House and the Senate too, they're not allowed to do shit. They'll just sit there and talk about what they want to do, but they'll never be able to pass anything. And he might try to do some, sign some presidential orders, and then they're going to attack it in court, and it's just going to be big nothing but fights for the next 4 years. And it's not just him. I mean, that's every fucking time. That's why I'm so fed up with politics, just because of how it happened. You know what I mean? Like, it's no longer about what's good for the country. It seems like it's just my team has to win. You know what I mean? I'm a Democrat, and
No, I feel
if,
like he cares. I feel like he cares.
but I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the others won't let him do anything.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? He's not part
yeah.
of their team. Like, if he wins the presidency and the Democrats have Congress, that's it. He ain't passing shit, and nothing gonna go through there. Because and it's not because they're trying to avoid something bad happening in the country. They just will not give the other team a chance to win anything. You know what I'm saying? Because then later it can be used against them and say, see, the Republican did a good job, so you should bring another Republican in. So they're never going to allow that. And it's about my team and not about my country. That's what I don't like.
I miss him saying China,
China.
China.
Big Chango said, first of all, I don't mess with the help. That's why I deal with the homeboy directly. Second of all, we need you because you're the life of the party. Plus, be a distraction. Plus, you can distract everybody because it's a rough crowd and they're always on you, not us.
Oh, is he talking to me?
Oh yeah, that was all you.
Well, dang, who hurt you today, Chongo?
The first line was, first of all, I don't mess with the help.
Oh, the help, not the help.
Uh, but I guess we are gonna have you here tomorrow, babe.
No, no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not gonna be here. Nope.
Shit. Chita said, yes, the fireman was true legends. Yeah. Disco El Super Visto is in the house. A lot of people forget and don't give credit to Trump for having a quick response to the attacks in New York. He was on the ground during the aftermath with a couple of hundred employees. Listen, here's the thing with Trump. I'm not no, I ain't no, I'm not a political type dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get into it. I just, but I think I'm fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't decide based on that type of shit. And I think the dude could have did a good job. I think he says the wrong things. I think the way he talks is what messes him up. He says stupid shit, but he's direct about things, and I think a lot of what he says could help. Um, but again, I think there's some stuff that is just he just says. I think what fucks him up is he says ridiculous shit, and people
I don't
call him
think he
on it.
says ridiculous stuff sometimes. I think he says what people wish they could say. And I think that Biden and Camilla, they say the most craziest thing just in a polite way.
Well, Camilla, she's fucking trash. I don't like her at all. Uh, the fact that she tried to run on changing the fucking, the justice system when she was a prosecutor and used the justice system to the full effect of her powers and laid motherfuckers down. I got she switched up for politics. She doesn't believe that shit. As far as Biden, I just think he's too old. He ain't what he was. Trump, yeah, maybe he says shit that, yeah, I mean he does. He says shit people wish they could say, but the thing is, it's shit you're not supposed to say as a politician. But maybe that's
Yeah,
a good thing, you
right.
know? Yeah. MS said, I agree. Who would tell their kids to watch and call people legends? Nobody, but that's what's messed up. But then they'll get on here and do it for everybody else's kids to hear. Like, that's not cool. If you wouldn't tell your own daughter or niece, if you don't got kids, if you wouldn't tell your niece or you wouldn't tell your friends' kids or any of that, these stories and use those words, then you shouldn't do it on here because you're talking to somebody's kid. And that's fucked up. You shouldn't, I mean, views, money, all of that is not worth a kid's life like that. It's just not. Razgras said, thanks. I love funny stories. I have tons of these too. Hey, bro, and that's me too. There's all kinds of fuckery written on trays from pesetas. No cap. I couldn't help but laugh hysterically. Lots of crazies inside, homie. Yeah, I know. Chunky went hard after Chunky, which is Little Casper's brother. After he actually walked away because of what happened to his brother. He started doing that, right? He actually writing it on the walls and stuff, talking a lot of shit. It was crazy. As I said, we're in a weird age of deception right now, and politics is only meant to confuse because fear and really twist society's views currently. I try not to pay attention to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't messed with politics too much after. In the Pinta, that's all I did, but I don't got time out here. That mess said our politicians need to be all kicked out. It's like Cricket said, it's no longer about our country, it's about their party. Yeah, yeah, it sucks. It's imagine if they started all over. You know what I think would work is if they had term limits. You know what I mean, for Congress and all that. También, like, how do you allow them to just run? I mean, you got senators that have been or congressmen that have been there for 30, 40, 50 years. Like, that's crazy. That shouldn't be it shouldn't be a career. It should be something that you come in, you serve your country, and then you move on and go do whatever you got to do. But to be there for that long, there's going to be fuckery involved. Yeah? See how I use that word, babe? Fuckery?
I don't like that word.
I've never used it before. That was the first time. That's why I was kind of proud of myself.
Well, that's not something to be proud of.
Why? I used it correctly.
I know, but it's a bad word.
Have you
And you
heard some
cuss
of
a
the guys
lot.
out there that talk and use words that don't go?
I know, but kind of cuss a lot.
Yeah, I know. MS said exactly. Trump just says too much dumb shit. I said Congress and the Senate is where the decisions get made, where they're too busy fighting and arguing while the country goes to shit. Yeah, I know. Francisco said, correct me if I'm wrong, but with an executive order given by the president, everybody follows suit. And since Cricket is the president of Prison Chronicles, that just means you gotta follow orders, Hater J. We shall hear you tomorrow.
Oh my God. First of
Oh, it's
all,
funny.
nope, I will not be here tomorrow. And if he wants
Talk
me
to me.
here, then, huh?
You know I want you here, babe.
No. And if you do, you know what? I might have to see some change because no. I should start getting
Come
paid for. I should start getting paid for my services. You know what? Yeah, I think I should. Where are you going? Oh my God, he left me alone. No. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to sit here and quiet real quick until he comes back. I hate when he does this.
What's up?
I was not talking.
You didn't talk at all?
No, not for a minute.
Gracias said Giovanna alone is like Garth on Wayne's World alone. Awkward silence. I hear crickets, but he's not.
I swear that's exactly how I am. Stop it.
Why don't you talk?
I swear it's just like that. He explained me exactly. I swear I'm like that. It's so like weird. I
And I
don't
said,
know.
turn percent. I thought you were gonna talk. I just got up for a second.
No. Oh my god, that was weird. I hate when you do that to me.
I gotta let you
Oh my
see. I
god,
gotta
I am like guard. I swear it's so weird. Jesus.
Glasgow said, honestly, bro, this white boy put me onto the protocols of the elders of Zion, the world domination plot. Once I read that, I don't believe it's democracy. It's a control republic front. Sorry for word fuckery.
Oh no, it's okay. You guys can use that word. That's a funny word.
Glasgow said, Giovanna alone is like Garth on Wayne's World alone. Awkward silence. I hear crickets, but he's on that third.
Well, thanks for that.
That's
I'm great. I'm glad a lot of these new people are just feeling so comfortable. I love it.
just clapping you right when they come in.
But I swear, like, I don't know if you've ever seen that part, like Gar's face, like when he's like looking and his mouth is all like weird and awkward. I swear that's exactly how I feel.
He said, I'm laughing at this. And that said, best comment ever.
Wow.
What?
I
Yeah.
That is
No, but
hilarious. No, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know why it's like that, but
I don't either because when you start talking when I'm sitting here and you just like talk over me, you go hard.
I know, but I don't know what it is. It's like weird. I want to
We
explain
know,
it, but I
class.
can't.
He said I've been on before. Like he's not new. No, we know. She wasn't
Oh,
talking about you.
no. But
Class,
anyways,
I've been
guys,
here.
so, you know, I think this thing is going to be good, reaching out to the youth and donating things to schools that they need. I also let this person at the school district, let her know, like, hey, if not just the school that I'm trying to donate to, if there's, another school that you recommend or know of just of an individual kid that needs something, please let us know. And she was just like, oh, yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah,
we had a really good conversation. We talked for like a good 30, 40 minutes on the phone. And I can't wait tomorrow. Hmm?
I can't wait for Christmas, man. I think we got to do Christmas big.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's going to be for kids like in the inner cities and the schools, youth, high school, elementary, whatever, um, to support them and
Francisco said,
things that they need.
Francisco said you get half of the 30 cents.
Right?
Ah,
Oh, I tell
yeah,
you.
fuck it. Everybody's been talking about. They're saying that YouTube is gonna. They're changing some of their shit, and they're gonna be paying more or something. But I don't believe this shit. I mean, more. What's more? Like, look at the one from the other day with Chango.
Hmm.
Let's
For the
see.
lives or for like the videos?
I don't know. I think it said all of it. I don't know, but the one with Chango made $3.26.
Oh, we're rolling that night.
See, we need to get Chango in here more often.
Yeah, so we could get a couple bucks more. Okay.
Krasna said, sorry, it's been months. I stay working, watching, check out what's going on. Just don't make lives much. Oh, he said, congratulations on the school. I'll see if I can help soon. I like what you are doing here for real. So I watch and check out what's going on. Just don't make lives much. You're good, brother. We
No,
know.
you're good. Yeah, I think
Bro,
the backpack thing was a
tops, bro.
huge success. Huh?
Nothing. What happened?
What'd you say?
I was talking to Krasna.
What would you say?
It was between me and him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think the backpack thing was a huge success. I think that donating items now to schools is going to be another huge success. And hopefully word by mouth to try to sponsor each kids individually.
Francisco said she said she has to get paid in order to come on tomorrow. So that's why he said you get
Yeah,
half of the 30 cents.
I do. I do because I'm not coming on tomorrow. I'm not. And I think I need to go away for a while so you guys can miss me.
Sergio said that's enough for a McChicken. Hey, I got a McDouble.
Oh my God. I had a honey bun when we were eating the live. Wasn't that great? It's kind of dry.
We're eating,
Huh?
we were eating the live.
A honey bun.
You said I had a honey bun when we were eating the live.
Oh, at the beginning of the live, I mean.
Yeah.
It was
Well, I
nasty.
got this. It's a little Debbie strawberry shortcake roll. Whew. Let's tear that up.
You're so dumb. I think we've been on
Yeah,
for a while. We can get off now.
no. Why would we get off? I'm having fun. MS
Because we're
said,
almost coming up on an hour and a half.
I'd love to help out for Christmas. I'll talk later about where to pay to. All right, but yeah, we're not collecting right now anyway, not yet for that. Um, I don't like getting it too early because I want to make sure that everything
By
is,
the end of the week, though, by
accounted
the end
for.
of the week, I'm going to let you guys know about the school and what
Yeah.
they're going to need. If anybody wants to, you know, chime in on that. And if not, it's okay. It's okay.
Yep. 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 Shit. I mean, look at everything that only $300 did with our free. That's crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's. I mean,
I
I think that's.
this new elementary school, I told her, if it's their band or whatever department, she's the one that said um art department. So I don't know if that's
Yeah, it's
something that
crazy.
they might need. It's just crazy because each school is something different, so
Yeah.
they're gonna talk, her and the principal are gonna talk, he's gonna call me, and they're gonna go from what's needed now, so. And I told him, what I have for now, what the budget, what I have so far, and if I can come up with more, then we will,
Yeah.
so.
It's
Because I'm
just
gonna put
crazy
in
how that.
100, you're gonna put in 100. That's $200.
Yeah. It's just crazy that these schools don't fund that stuff. I don't know.
They don't.
Hey,
It's sad.
let's tell. I want to talk about this real quick, and it's going to be an anonymous kid because we don't want to. We haven't gotten permission. But listen, so Jovan put a kid in basketball, and so the
Yeah. This is nuts.
so this kid wanted to be in basketball. He didn't make his school team. So Jovan told the mother that she would find something, whatever. So she finds the basketball team for him and she signs him up. It's $100 filing fee or whatever, right? $100 to get him in this thing.
Actually, it
Today
was
was supposed to,
135. I thought it was 100. It was 135.
okay. Today was the first day where they were supposed to start their like practice and games and the season, I guess. So they go there, and the people in charge of it, it's a man and a woman, start saying, okay, what you have bought with your $135 is 7 guaranteed games in this indoor thing and a jersey.
And a trophy.
But and a trophy. Yeah. But you, all you guys, right? The parents and the kids, whatever, have to find a coach and a practice plate, a place to go practice, and your own. But make sure you bring enough basketballs. And so then the parents are like, "What are you talking about? Like, I thought I was bringing my kid to like start playing or practice. Just drop them off and let them play. You're saying we have to find a code." So basically, the guy's like, "Yeah, we guarantee 7 games, the trophy and the shirt, and there's no refunds. So unless the parents now find a coach for these kids, there's no practice, there's no. And then if even if they do, they got to practice outside. Remember, this is Phoenix, Arizona. Um, it just seems so fuck. I think it's a scam. I think they scam because imagine. I mean, anybody can just
So
say that. Then I'm gonna
yeah,
start a football league.
here's a single mom with a kid, and there's a bunch of single moms there with their kids, and they're asking these people like, well, what if we don't find a coach? And the guy was
Yeah,
like, well, it's non-refundable. He said that like 3 4 times. And they're like, what if we don't find a coach? And what if we don't find one? He's like, well, in the meantime, you can look up YouTube videos on drills for basketball, like how to do drills and things like that.
yeah. To me, I told her I think that's a scam. I mean, Matt,
But
what if
this is
her
a
and I?
known this is a known organization.
Yeah, I
This
don't
is
know.
a known organization in Arizona. And
Yeah, I think
actually, Mijo played for them when he was little for soccer. But the thing was, is that um, my brother's football coach, his brother ended up starting a soccer team and was like, hey, go sign up Gordo and tell him you want this team and this coach and da da da. And so it was easy, we just did it. So that's why I'm like, oh, you know what? My son played for that league before, way back in the day. My brother played for that league back in the day when he wasn't in Pop Warner, just stuff like that. So this is a well-known organization, and then to find out that they don't even provide the coach, and then when you find one, you have to send them to the main office. They have to pass a background, and
yeah,
it's like within yourselves, you have to find somewhere to practice and where to go. And the mom called me today and said, hey, we all were in a group chat and we were going to go practice at this park, but we couldn't get a hold of like the park to let them know that we're going to practice there. And certain places you have to pay for them to turn the lights on and off. You know what I mean? It's like, she's like, so we're not having practice today. And I'm like, what is going on?
yeah. The thing I'm saying, like, it don't even to me that don't. That's why these fucking kids are doing the shit they do. Like these grown-ups are just let these fuckers down, man, and for feria, like
Well,
there
I
is
went to
no
Five
way.
Below, and I got two basketballs. They were like $5 each, because I'm like, you guys are going to need basketballs and a lot of them to be practicing, and nothing. So here this
There
kid
should
is thinking,
there should be no way that they can start a league, charge money without having the basics, a fucking coach and a play. You know what I mean? Like that shit should be like that. That's a fucking scam. I don't give a fuck what league this is. If I went and started a football thing and said, "Hey, come give me $100," and I got you, and then you show up and it's okay, now here's your football and a shirt. The fuck?
And I went on to the website when we filled out like the stuff, me and that mom, and I went in there and read the terms and services and the policy and everything, and nowhere in there does it say we have to do that. All it talks about is, if you're sick or got COVID, or, the way to conduct yourself at these games and things like that. That's all it talks about. Um,
Yeah,
if you're asked for the child's birth certificate, you have to present it if they think they're a different age. I mean, that's what it was, but nothing about like I was a little taken back. I'm like, what? Wait, what? So
yeah.
honestly, I think I'm just gonna be out 135, and I called today. I called around and I was looking around and I found this one place and they said it's like $140, and they get 7 games. Also, you go there, they have a coach. Practices are there at the same place. The games are there at the same place. You get your jersey and your schedule the first day. So sounds a little bit better, So I'm thinking I might just be out of it. But here's this kid that practice, and he never played basketball before, but he wanted to, and he practiced, and he tried out for his team, and he didn't make it. And the coach said that, maybe next year keep practicing. And so I
What's
felt
this
bad. I
7
said,
game? Is that a thing? Is that how
seven
many
weeks.
games?
Yeah, 7 weeks.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I brought it up because I'm talking because we're talking about the non-funding of schools of different of art,
Yeah,
music,
I
and then
feel
this
like
type of shit.
anytime it comes to sports or music or arts or anything, it's like there's never any money for that.
Thing. The extracurricular activities is where these kids need to be after school on weekends. I mean, if not there, the alternative is the streets. And I'm not saying it's always bad. I mean, some kids just out there on the streets having fun, but eventually it can lead to that. And the best way to avoid it is to put them in extracurricular activities. But fuck, nobody wants to fund it. Nobody wants to do it. Nobody. And then when they do fund it, it's fucking fake. It's like it's
And
crazy.
then um one of the dads that was like so we were like in a group text or whatever. They added me on there just so I could see, because the mom was like, I don't want you to think I'm lying. I don't know, like this is I don't know what's going on, you know. So I got in on the group text, and one of the dads was on there, and he's like, "Hey, this is so and so's dad. I've been calling a couple parks and I haven't gotten any response, but I'm gonna keep looking. Hopefully we can have a practice here soon, and I've asked around to see if people can coach. I just don't have time. I work full time, and me and my wife have kids and a new baby." And he's like, "But I'm going to ask around to see if anybody." What? So I've been asking around, like, if people want to volunteer. They'd have to pass a background to, yeah.
I wonder if I should come do it. Oh, pass a background. Fuck.
No, you got to pass a background.
Yeah. Well, there goes that. Let me see. Kraska said, "What? Just like Garth, why'd you leave me alone? Now she's leaving the show. What the fuck?" Back TR, what's up, brother? How you doing? He said, "The real you is what you do when no one else is watching."
Yeah, see, I'm actually really shy.
Kraska said, "McChicken are overpriced now. They are, bro. Everything is. That shit's the McDoubles almost $3. Shit, the Whopper was 99 cents. It's crazy. Eric Lerma, what's up, brother? He said, Cubo Cricket and Jovan, hope your guys' day went well. Thank you, brother. Yeah, definitely give them a bad review. Yeah, absolutely. If they even fucking have a review thing, that's ridiculous. I don't understand how they've lasted this long if that's the way they run their operation. There's no
They
way.
had
How do you?
lasted this long because when Mijo was 4 or going, yeah, he was like 4.5 when I put him in soccer, and it was with that same team, with the same organization. They've been around this long. That's why I was like, oh, that's a pretty good organization, and it's right down the street. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was
It's
like
crazy.
this though.
Francisco said, "Are you going to your country?"
No.
This basketball place sounds like fuckery for real. Yeah, it does. That's why I brought it up. That's why I wanted to talk about it because it's like this is the second time now. Like, yeah, it's not the second time. I'm still thinking of the music class. Like, you guys, it was $300 to replace some of that broken stuff. You're telling me these schools can't come up with that for their, keep their kids off the streets and in there fucking, doing the music stuff, and it just seems like such a little investment for huge return. I mean, if you can get these kids to stay off the streets, $300 is worth it. Like, I don't know, it's crazy. I know it's compounded by many schools and many. I get that, but so what? I mean, what else are you spending the feria on? Like, you
Yeah.
want to change the book this year to put the rainbow in it instead of fucking $300 for a flute or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's the priorities
Mm.
are fucked up.
Well, the
So
guy that I talked to today, like for a new team, a new league, because I talked to the mom today and I said, tell your son I'm so sorry, and we're gonna make it happen. It's gonna happen. Just give me a minute. A new place that I called and talked to the guy, I told him like everything that happened, and he's like, I never heard of that. That's crazy. He's like, you need to get your money back. And I was like, they told us like it's non-refundable. And he's like, well, there has to be somebody above him. You have to. I'm like, that dude is the coordinator. He's the one that said it. And he's like, no, there's got to be somebody higher. Like you got to go, and if it wasn't in the
yeah,
policy, or if you didn't, where you go to
that.
click to agree, he's like, you have the right to get your money back. He's like, that's crazy. I was like, well, I don't know.
They have to have an actual no return policy or whatever the fuck it would be. If you didn't see that online or not, there's no way. Especially if they didn't even
No, it's not. I looked it up
they didn't
today.
give you all the, especially if they didn't give you all the information from the beginning. You showed up to practice and there was no coach. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Sergio said you guys definitely got scammed. Que gacho. AP said
Yeah,
Giovanna got scammed. I think that place is
yeah.
for teams to go make leagues. It could be, bro, but they should be a little more transparent. You know what I'm saying? If that's what they do, if this is a thing, then just let it be known. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
But just say that
before you
because when I
sign
called the lady, yeah, but when I called the lady, I said, I have this kid, he's a teen, he's never played before, he needs to get on the team. And she said, okay, what's his name, age? Okay, go to the website and sign him up. And we'll send you an email when you're going to go, you're going to have a meeting. And at that meeting, this mom and her kid thought that they were going to go and get, their schedule and meet their coach. And there was none of that. It was like, hey, see the people at your table? That's who you're going to be playing with. And then 2 people didn't show up. So they're like, oh, don't worry, we're going to find you guys someone else soon. And then that's when everybody was like, well, where's our coach? You have to find your own coach. You have to go. Like, why didn't they say that at the beginning? It was so weird. I thought I didn't know what to think about it when I first heard about it too. I was like, no. Like, it's crazy when you first tell somebody and then,
like, I mean, if that's a thing, that's why I even brought it up because maybe somebody had heard of that. But if that's an actual thing, cool. But let it be known from the beginning so that people don't hand you their money before they know all exactly the rules. Maybe that's a thing, but in that case, I don't want to sign up for that. I want the one that does have a coach and a place to go and all that other shit. You know what I mean? Like, you
yeah,
just paid $100 for a fucking shirt and a fucking trophy. Like, what
that's
the
an
fuck?
expensive shirt and trophy.
$50 each. Big motherfucker said, let's go have a talk with this fool for boxing gloves. Class guy said, I agree.
Right.
Kids need hobbies for the most balance of social life, but school and some sort of thing they like cars, sports, etc. Music, something they can pursue in life later, or a skill to learn. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've talked about it before. I think that gives kids a sense of self. It's harsh to say it like this, but worth. You know what I mean? They and I don't mean worth like they're worthless without it. I mean it makes them feel like they're accomplishing stuff. Oh man, I know I can play the piano, I can do this. I mean, I felt that as an adult learning, maintenance shit, welding and electrical and plumbing and you know what I'm saying? So, me, it took a whole lot of years because of prison and all that. But when you talk about for these kids, I think it's the same thing. Like you give them the skills and they'll feel like they know stuff. You know what I mean? They're not just, bumming around doing nothing, out on the street. You actually put them in something, they feel good about themselves because they're actually getting better at something, whether it's basketball or the fucking violin. I mean, but to not fund those things just it blows my mind because you hear about how they changed the textbooks because it said the word, whatever word in there, and it's fucking book has been read for 50 years, and now all of a sudden, PC world, they want to change little bullshit and make other shit sound like what I mean, just they're willing to spend on that, but not on a kid's like future. Just sad, man. And then everybody wonders like why our society is so fucked up. Look at our country compared to some of these other ones, the ones that emphasize school and emphasize the arts and all that stuff. Like, you think of like a lot of the Asian countries, like they put importance in school and shit. America just doesn't do that anymore. For why? It just sucks. It's stupid. It's important just because I think it makes people feel good about themselves that they're knowledgeable about something they know. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's crazy.
I don't know.
My brother said,
I'm gonna make it happen though for this kid. Um,
yeah,
I'm not gonna give up if hey, I'm out the money, I'm out the money, but um
yeah. She
now I
told me that
know.
earlier. I felt bad. I
I felt bad. I felt like uh this poor
I had
kid,
just
you know
got
what I mean?
I just got paid yesterday. Yeah, whatever. Day before, and and I while we were talking, I cash after her. She was like, "Babe, you didn't have to do that." It felt so fucked up. Like, how the fuck they just burnt you? And I don't know. It just it's just wrong. But
I know.
anyways,
I'm gonna make it happen for this kid though, and I tried calling the Boys and Girls Club, but they're all at like full capacity right now. So that's not gonna
yeah,
happen. And luckily I did find a place. So like I said, we're just gonna
that's
have to
usually
go a different route. You know, we got
Boys
burnt
and
on
Girls
that.
Club.
So
The Boys and Girls
huh?
Club, I think, is usually Boys and Girls Club. I think is usually the first place everybody goes, so they probably fill up all the time. It's the most well known.
Yeah.
Manuel said, "Give them a bad review." Yeah, for sure. We got to find that. Just because you wear basketball shorts doesn't mean you can coach a team. LOL. How hard can it be, bro? Put the ball in the hole. Come on,
Oh yeah.
Francisco. See, you ever hear about Coach Solano? He's in a wheelchair but works for Maryville. I don't think so, bro.
Never heard of them.
I've been out of the school districts for a while. Gras said, low funding guarantees prison stay full. We still have prison for profit and it's growing. Ain't that a bitch? You know what they should do is these private companies that run prisons should have to give a portion of their profits to like schools and shit. You know what I mean? Anything for at risk youth stuff. Fund some of that just as a part of the contract for getting the contract. Like they're making millions off of people being locked up. Now, maybe it it's needed, but still, I mean, you can get it so that they have to. I mean, the profits for them is huge. They can give some to the community that the prisons are in. Francisco said, "What happened with your interview?"
I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't want to work for them anymore.
Why?
I don't want to work for you, Hall. I don't even want to.
Francisco said, "Three on your side,
Right?
right?" Is that still out there? Channel 3?
Well, I'm going to call tomorrow and I'm going to try to get my money back, but I kind of feel it. I feel like it's just a loss. I kind of feel it now.
Big motherfucker said, "That's dirty. Pobres morros. You just know they were all excited." Shake my head. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's. Yeah. It's crazy. But, it's like, think about it. Like, it don't even make sense. It seems like a scam. I don't know how they can get away with it. Cheetah said, "America promotes you mutilate your genetically and call it progressive." Big motherfucker said, "What? You promised U-Haul free rentals?"
No, I just, reading things on people working for them and not liking it, and then that whole, Francisco sent me a video about that lady, and uh, no, I'm good. I'm good.
What?
I got something else that's in the works, so I'm all right.
Cheetah said, "And they target the children for this. Ask California." Shit, ask Arizona too. Shit, I didn't even know that shit existed. And then I went to that CCA. I'm like, what the hell? It's all private. Now the whole system is privatized. They closed down the Paderes and opened up a bunch of geos. It's crazy. AP said, "Why not, Giovanna? Please elaborate."
I just did
Cheetah said
AP, okay?
she found out about what I was saying about U-Haul's customer base is true. LOL. Glasgow said, "I
I
agree
just don't want to
100%."
work that hard, okay? I just don't want to work that hard.
Glasgow said, "I agree 100. Vato, you said that best, and one day should use your platform to push that for the private prison to have to pay a tax that goes to education for prison prevention." Absolutely. I would absolutely talk about that because it makes sense. You know what I mean? They're winning these contracts. Like they have to bid for these contracts. Why not throw it in there and say, "Hey, every quarter throw 1 million towards the city you're in." You know what I mean? Something. I mean anything. Whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
But you know what? And
As
like
far
what I also don't get also is, um, and I know they need it. I know we have a lot of homeless people here in Arizona. I know they need it. I know they need help. But when they're trying to clean up the zone, they got a whole apartment complex with security guards, and you can go live there for free and eat there, and they'll help you find jobs and they'll help you clean up. And how much money was spent on that? What they do for the homeless people here, they do not do for these schools. People pull up in trucks with, water bottles and food and, you know, come here, come stay here, come. I mean, they do so much fundraising and all these things for homeless people. And I get it. They need it.
yeah,
Why don't they pull up in front of a school like that? You know?
yeah. Honestly, long term, it would have more of an effect on the homeless community than what they're doing now. You know what I
And
mean?
then they couldn't even fill up that apartment complex. Nobody really wanted to go.
Because they were UAing. Yeah. Francisco said, "Sent you a leak, Giovanna."
Yeah.
Chito said, "Cricks, that was supposed to say genitalia." Oh, all right. America promotes you mutilate your genitalia and call it progressive. That's
Oh,
so genetically. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, this world is backwards. I mean, to each his own. I'm not tripping, but there's so much more important things to worry about and deal with. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, kids is one of them. Like, give them a chance to be somebody in their life. You know what I mean? A lot of them don't think they have that chance, and they don't. When you show up to something like this and they tell you got to get your own fucking coach, like you're setting them up for failures. It's fucked up. I don't know.
I
Because
don't know.
America falls.
It made me feel messed up because that's messed up. You know, what I mean? Well, I don't even want to cry right now, but it did make me feel messed up because I did like set it up, but I didn't know it was going to be like this.
Don't start crying, babe. We're good.
I know I don't want to, but
Yeah. We'll be all right. Let me see. Francisco said, I didn't like them either, Hater J. Jasper said, what's up, Big Cricket? What's up, brother? How you doing? Rasga said, G Thoughts message. All right, we're coming up on 2 hours. And Maruka turned on the waterworks. You all right, babe?
yeah. All right.
We're going to get out of here. We appreciate you guys. We're at 2 hours, so I'm going to shut it down for the night. We appreciate everybody that came in and had this conversations with us, the dialogue. We appreciate it. I think today was a good one. I don't think we've ever talked about that type of stuff before, but it came out because it was weird. This happened. It just didn't make a lot of sense. Um, but I think we're getting to some of the root causes of why kids walk that path. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, it's broken homes. Yes, it's a lot of that. But at the same time, like, um, the society isn't doing a lot to help either. And I guess some people would say, well, it's not society's responsibility, but what do you want? You want a bunch of killers, a bunch of criminals, you a bunch of all that, or do you want to just invest a little bit and make them somebody? Have them just grow up and have a chance. You know what I mean? They're people. It's humans, it's kids, it's lives. I don't know. Big Bubba said, not all parents can afford $130, especially the single parents. Don't worry, Giovanna. Karma's a motherfucker. Yeah, I know. Chele! She said, good
Yeah,
night,
that
all.
was like it's like if I worked for free for a day. you know, but it's all good. But Chella's here. Oh, I miss you, my friend.
What's up, Chele? How you
I
doing?
really do. I hope you have a good
Francisco?
night. I hope you've been feeling good.
Yeah.
We miss you,
Francisco said,
but we know you got a lot going on.
some of the homeless people are just lazy. That's absolutely true. Yeah. But it stems from somewhere, and I'm not giving them a pass. I'm just saying, um, I think
I'm
that if
just
we
saying,
invest,
like they pull up in these neighborhoods with trucks. They open up the big old truck, the back of the door, and here we got water bottles, we got food, we got clothes. I mean, they do the whole works. It's like,
yeah,
how much did that cost? And why can't you pull up in front of a school like that?
yeah. And long term, it's a long term investment. Like if you help the kids of today, they will be the not homeless people of tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's just that's a fact. There will be the not prisoners. You know what I mean? Like we're not going to clean up the world, but I mean you can put a dent in some of this shit. You know what I mean? The numbers just keep going up, and they're still doing the same old bullshit. You know what I mean? Like it's not working. Let's try something else. It's crazy. Krasga said, good night. Thanks for the chats. Message was a quote off of Don't Be a Menace while drinking your juice in South Central. Oh, is that what it was?
Oh,
Joe
I
says,
never seen that.
Jojo said, Spence, I fell asleep. Pinche Jojo, we're that boring fool.
No, he's just
Chella
that
said,
old. You know, he's sitting in his chair and knocks out and wakes up and all. So
I don't know. Chella said, I texted you, Ma.
I know.
Mario Sanseprien said, there's an app called Next Door app. Check it out. They have a list of coaches.
Oh, okay.
Next Door app. Probably tells you what is it like in your around your neighborhood or something.
Do you
Francisco
think
said,
that would
Coach
be
Solano.
bad though? Do you think it would be a bad thing though if like if I found him somewhere else to play? If we left that team and went somewhere else?
What team?
The three people that they assigned to us, because two of them didn't show up, or one of them didn't show up, but the coordinator said, "Don't worry, there's gonna people sign up at the last minute, and people are constantly signing up, so we'll be getting you more people." To play on a team, don't you have to have 5 people at least, or 8 people? In case one of them gets like injured, you have to rotate the kids. You should have at least 8 people on a basketball team.
You would
Right now,
think. I
there's
mean,
only 3,
I don't think it'd be wrong. I mean, you just
4.
this kid wants to play. You just got to get him somewhere to play. You know what I mean? He shouldn't have to jump through hoops just to fucking play.
And I'm just doing the signing up and the money. It's the mom has to like because she knows that I Uber, so she just needs it to where the practice is there, the game is there. The kid can get to practice if she can't take him, but she could pick him up.
Yeah.
And not knowing when and where practice, that's a lot for her. And when you promise somebody something and then it doesn't go right, you kind of feel like I I know it's not my fault. She knows that, but it's kind of like, you just feel guilty about it. Like, dang, like this sucks. Like I let you down or something. But yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yep. Yep. It's crazy. See, Sergio. Oh, Francisco said Coach Solano is awesome. Sergio said Chela can upload 3,500 pictures to Snapchat daily, but that can't come on live. Chale.
Oh, oh, Shelly is calling you out. You better get him, girl.
He
Hey,
said
what she does in
3,500.
her personal time, Sergio, is none of your business. Thank you, sir.
Chela said, "You dumb, Sergio." He put LOL. He said 3,500. Geronimo said, Buenas noches, Conicleros. We are the people we have been waiting for along the trail. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, babe, you see that I posted that thing on the Instagram thing?
That is hilarious. Did you guys see
Yeah,
that post on Instagram that he put?
that one was funny. I seen it.
It's
I said, I
funny.
got to put this.
You should show it.
Francisco said, Gonna say you're a blessing to many, Jovan. Good night, and God bless you always.
Oh, God
Always.
bless you guys. No, but seriously, we're all a blessing to everybody here. Um, Everybody who's just here supporting us, all of you guys who donate. I mean, it's couldn't do it without you guys either. So we're all a blessing. We're definitely the definition of wanting to give back and changing our lives and trying to be there for people. So I'm proud of us.
Geronimo said, Chele Bell. Chele said, No, girl, you shouldn't have to find your own coach. Yeah, I know.
I know.
Gasper says, Sounds interesting. Gotta catch it early. Yeah, it was a crazy conversation, bro. Just some shit it's just weird. Catherine, oh, what's up? Big motherfucker said, Good night, Facebook people. Thank you for being here. Big motherfucker.
Good night, good guy.
Chella said, Hit up neighborhood app. It's for your neighborhood, and it's bomb here in Casa Grande.
Okay. I'll look it up.
Sergio said I had to turn off my Snapchat notifications because of her. Shit goes off 6 to 7 times an hour notifying me of her uploads.
Oh no, he didn't. Chele, you better get. And why are you laughing?
Chele said, stop being jelly, Sergio. Because them two always be going at
Oh, Chele, I
us.
miss you. But all right, guys, you guys have a good night. Be safe out there. Have a good work
Yep,
day.
yep.
We
We're out of here.
shall be back.
Have a good. Thank you guys, eh? Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
I ain't jealous of anything. It's public for all to see, said Sergio.
This freaking guy.